Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Oh my goodness, it feels good to say that. This is going to be my Sephora VIB sale video, but if you follow me over on Instagram, you might know that it is indeed late for a reason. My area was impacted by flash flooding, so we actually just got the internet back. I feel like I probably couldn't have even filmed because it's been so loud with all the helicopters. I don't want to talk about it today because we have so much to talk about with the sale happening. However, I do want to let you all know we are fine. It's wild to think that we're fine one street over, up to their knees inside their house. But you know this, especially if you live in, a tornado area, house will be fine, house will be gone. It's just wild. It's just absolutely wild. Anyway, we are gathered here to talk about the Sephora VIB sale, which this year falls on 95 Theses Day, Reformation Day, All Hallows Eve, Halloween. October 31st is the first date for Rouge. Now, this does vary for different levels. However, we're going to spend a lot of this video talking about the Sephora collection, which will be 30% off for everyone. As somebody who is both obsessed with fairness and the Sephora collection items, I feel like this is my time to shine. We're going to spend so much time talking about the Sephora collection. Also remember, if you're shopping the Sephora collection, if your cart has nothing else in it than the Sephora collection, you can add a gift with purchase, most likely. We've been able to up until this point. I suspect that will be the case when this sale goes live. But I also want to make this video about strategically shopping the Sephora sale. I will tell you that I've always been more of a fan of this VIB sale than the one that takes place in the spring, simply because of the sets. All of the holiday sets have come out, and that can be such a great way to get a better value, to try things that you might not otherwise have tried. I am of the opinion that if you currently have your cart full of influencer recommendations, you might want to consider looking to see if Sephora has these exact same recommendations in mini sets so that you can see if your opinion aligns with other people's. Because that's ultimately something that just drives me batty when it comes to these kind of sales. I've said it so many times over the years, but you don't want to just go for products that everybody is saying it's the best. You want to look for products that are the best for you. So we're going to spend some time in this video talking more about that, especially when it comes to lip balms. I've kind of finally got quite the analysis on lip balms for this video. As usual, I will have some timestamps and links in the description box below so you can jump around based on skincare, lip balms, the Sephora collection, makeup. But I do have one more note in the intro here. There are some exclusions in the VIB sale, not a lot. That's what a lot of people like about this sale, is that for the most part, almost everything at Sephora is included. And while your discount might not be as high as some of these brands are going to offer on, say, Black Friday, you also don't have to hit any kind of free shipping minimum. It's always free shipping at Sephora. It's easy to make returns within 30 days at Sephora, so there definitely are reasons why people prefer to shop this sale, even if it's not always the best deal. One exclusion is usually The Ordinary. I suspect that will be true again. The Ordinary has confirmed that they will be running Slowvember, so I would just wait until that. 23% off on their website. I also noticed that in the Ulta ad, there will be something competitive going on at Ulta. I think it's buy 2 The Ordinary items, get 23% off. And again, remember, if you're shopping the sale, this is pre-Black Friday. We are about to see a lot of deals happen. I actually think we're going to see some really good deals this year. It's been a difficult year, but I think that that's going to mean good things in terms of finding good deals. That's my suspicion, at least. We shall see. But I think my first category for this video, as somebody who is a skincare enthusiast and a K-beauty enthusiast, I want to start this video with some of the K-beauty at Sephora. So my top picks, again, especially as somebody with a bit more of a sensitive skin type, I am so excited that Sephora has Estura as well as Beauty of Joseon. I'm holding up 2 of my absolute favorites from each of these brands. The Estura Ato Barrier Cream is a wonderful, heavier moisturizer for my fellow dry skin types. I also really like their cream mist. And from Beauty of Joseon, I'm holding up what might actually be my favorite mask ever. This is the Ground Rice and Honey Glow Mask. I feel like it just gently exfoliates, gently brightens my skin, and it's always such a joy to use. I would also recommend their Retinol eye serum. If you're looking for a retinol/retinol product in the VIB sale, I can't give you a better recommendation than this. This does not have to be exclusively used on your eye area. You can certainly use it all over your face because it's retinaldehyde, which is one conversion into the active form of retinoic acid. It's stronger than retinol products, and you just can't beat that price. The only thing that might be stronger would be adapalene, which we talked about in the best value video. But not everybody's interested in the absolute strongest because it can be kind of tricky to use. So yes, the Beauty of Joseon is a great option. Sephora does skew a little bit more high-end in comparison to Ulta, so I feel like it's not surprising that they have some of the higher-end K-beauty brands. Suisu is absolutely a favorite for me. It's not a fragrance-free brand. They certainly do have hanbang scents to their products. Not going to be for the most sensitive skin types and not going to be for younger skin either. You just don't need to make the investment yet. But I do feel like if you find yourself calling your skin type more mature, you might really like Suisu. Just approach it with caution. Again, why I say the mini sizes are the way to go if you're curious about brands. And then I met you. Somehow that's not a double negative. This is a mini of the Living Cleansing Balm. I feel like it might actually be my favorite cleansing balm. It's definitely up there with the Elemis Experience. You don't need to spend extra on a cleansing balm, but if you want a bit of a splurge that will last you a while, this is a good one. And again, minis. You see, I practice what I preach. And I want to keep this video compact. I don't want to overwhelm you, so I just briefly want to mention the Experiment brand. I love that this brand is now at Sephora. They used to be kind of hard to access. You had to order from their website or Urban Outfitters, but now they're at Sephora too. And I just cannot stop raving about the Experiment mask. You can use this over serums, over toners, over essence to just kind of get more from those products. And it is both somehow thinner, but also more well-constructed in comparison to other silicone masks that I've tried. I did notice I have the tiniest rip in it after, I think, 2 years of this. Whereas I've had to throw other silicone masks away, or they just haven't fit my face as well. There's 2 size options for this. And again, all of their products are just really unique. The Super Saturated is a heavy-duty 30% glycerin, deeply hydrating serum. And my other favorite non-K-beauty brand carried at Sephora is In Beauty. I just can never stop raving about the Extreme Cream. It is such a glorious texture. It is such a wonderful moisturizer. It really feels like much more expensive moisturizers. So even though it's a bit more of an investment than, you know, a $15 drugstore face cream, I feel like it compares to $200 face creams. And the Elastic Skin is such a great vegan alternative to snail mucin. I have one more recommendation, and it's something I got in PR recently, the Cashmere Peel from Edam. I didn't even think I was going to try this out, much less love it. My skin is extremely picky with exfoliants, but this is a milky exfoliant that my skin actually can use. I have just a few things to avoid. First of all, I want to let you know about this. I know that Sephora is saying, oh, K-beauty sunscreens, they're known for being lightweight. Yes, they're known for being lightweight in Korea. Unfortunately, when K-beauty brands have to make sunscreens for the US, they have to follow FDA guidelines, and we still have outdated filters. So when you buy Korean sunscreens through Sephora, you're buying Korean-American sunscreens, if that makes sense. And I wish there was more clarity on this, but of course there won't be, because the thing that makes Korean sunscreen so special is those new filters. So it's just a frustrating situation all around. I just like to tell people, hey, a bit of a heads up. Some people really do like these sunscreens. I have sensitivities to our filters, unfortunately, so I just can't tell you anything about these products. You'll just have to go to someone else to know more. But I do want you to know the truth about that. Now, the other thing is, I'm gonna rave about the Sephora collection later in this video, but in the makeup section. They were kind enough to send me some of their skincare products, and I just feel so whelmed by their skincare. And it's not that these products are bad, it's just that I feel like surely we could have done more. Like this product right here, it says on it, peptides and hyaluronic acid. But it really should just say peptide. If you're gonna make that word plural, there should be more than one peptide in it. So one peptide and hyaluronic acid, and I mean, that's what we're talking about in that cream. I mean, now that Sephora does have K-Beauty, I just can't possibly imagine telling you, oh yeah, you should get this moisturizer when I know that you have Estura carried at the very same store. This brand has those encapsulated new forms of ceramide in this beautiful texture in a tube, which people tend to prefer anyway. I could never tell you, oh yeah, the Sephora collection skincare. I just think that it needs work, in my opinion. I don't want to criticize them too harshly, though, because I was thinking about it, and in general, I feel like the brands that try to do both skincare and makeup, tell me if I'm wrong, but is it not true that it almost always seems like one of those categories is better? As previously mentioned, I have so much to tell you about lip balms, but I really want to start with this conversation from my notes detailing what it is that I like in a lip balm. Because again, I just feel like I've seen so many people say, I'm on the quest for the perfect lip balm, I've tried so many and I don't like them, including the top recommendations. Yes, because you've got to figure out what it is that you are looking for in a lip balm. You know, think of your cooking oil, right? Now picture petroleum jelly on the other side. This is the spectrum of how lip balms feel on your lips. So for me, I actually am more over on this side. I really do like to feel lip balm on my lips. In spite of telling you I like to feel them, I don't like for them to be goopy and stringy and tacky almost. I don't like to have that string appear when I open my mouth. So instead of that feel, I like more of that soft, glidey, balm-like feel. I like nourishing. I actually like to feel my lip balms really sink in, which funny enough tends to mean I like lip balms that claim to be exfoliating. Now you're gonna get different exfoliating ingredients in lip balm because of the location of your lips, the sensitivity of your lips. So you're never gonna see those harsh ingredients like glycolic acid in a lip balm. Instead, you're gonna have really low percentages of PHA, of lactic acid, and those are larger molecules that are going to exfoliate your lips more on the surface, so they're actually considered hydrating exfoliants. And ultimately, I do like a good taste. I often don't care about color, but I do sometimes, so I will certainly respect that in this conversation. So for me personally, at the absolute top tier is Edam. I held off for so long on buying this because I really just thought that people had to be overhyping this brand. And now I just feel like I missed all this time where I could have been like, oh, now I understand why you all are so into lip balm. I love everything about these, from the very fancy tip to the balm-like feel to the nourishing feel. These do have lactic acid in it, so I feel these sink into my lips. It's balmy instead of sticky. I personally like the flavors, although I've heard mixed things. They did actually send me the two newest ones. Oh my gosh, this one right here. This is Pain au Chocolat. That was horrible French, wasn't it? It's such a pretty color, and I did see someone say that there might be a mini set. I haven't been able to find that, but I did find a value set. I am so tempted to stack my 20% with the value set because this is my perfect lip balm. It may not be for you, but for me, it's my perfect lip balm. With the Ole Henriksen, I get the appeal. They do taste great. They have wonderful flavors. The color is pretty good, but for me, these are goopy. So I understand the people that say they like to wear those to bed, but then I don't need the colors. Summer Fridays, honestly, I think they have the best pigmentation. They also have really good flavors too. It's a little lightweight for my preferences, but let me tell you, this brown sugar color, so pretty. I feel like the Summer Fridays lip balms are for the makeup enthusiasts looking for lip balm. Experiments lip balm. You know I was gonna break it out, right? I feel like this one, I really understand the hype around it, even though it's not my personal favorite, because this one stays so long on your lips. It checks most of the boxes for me, but I do feel like it sits a bit on the surface of my lips. It doesn't have that sinking in feel for me. But I feel like I just gotta say, if you're looking for the longest wearing lip balm, it might actually be the one from Experiment. The K-Skin still remains my top pick for an SPF containing lip balm. I think I just like brown lip balms. I'm realizing that as I continue to say, oh, this beautiful brown, it's so 90s. The Coco Cabana color is so pretty. The only thing is, I feel like all of the SPF containing lip balms, they're kind of okay in taste until you really end up eating one, and then it's so hard to get past that. I don't think I can fault any of the SPF lip balms. I think it's just that SPF filters probably don't taste very good. I mean, that just makes sense, right? It just makes sense. And I do have a worst for you. I'm sorry, Sephora collection. Again, we're gonna talk about a lot of Sephora collection that I love, but oof, these lip balms. It's very lightweight, it's very oily. They added flavor to some of them, and it can get rough. It's actually funny because I had bought the duo of their holiday flavors here. It's the funniest thing though. I had bought the 2-pack of these and I feel really neutral because it's just too light for me. I don't like oily, I like balmy. But the flavors weren't terrible. So imagine my surprise when I go on the Sephora website and I'm looking at the comments, or reviews rather, I'm such a YouTuber, the reviews. And people are saying these taste absolutely horrendous. I just felt so confused. I'm like, it's not that bad. Then one day, I tried one of these immediately after drinking coffee. I'm not a big coffee person, but I had coffee. Then I applied this and wow. How could something taste that bad? How can it taste that bad? I guess it's like brushing your teeth and drinking coffee, something like that, but oh. Even in saying that though, there are some people who are giving 5-star reviews to these, which I think just really drives home the point I'm trying to make of how you gotta figure out your own preferences. And maybe don't drink coffee because it really does seem to interfere with the taste of things.
I just need to know, is the Mario you recommended the old one or the new one?
Do you know there's a sale tomorrow?
Okay, all right.
But yes, there's a sale literally tomorrow.
Okay.
Really quickly, I want to talk about Sephora Sets. Now, these Sephora favorite sets this year, I know that I swore these off the second I saw the prices. They're so much more expensive than they've been in past years. I swore these off, and then the second I got a 20% off friends and family discount, I bought one. I don't know why I still have the packaging. It's weird at this point because I've used the heck out of some of these. So I just want to say, even though the price is higher, if you are getting that 20% off discount, which by the way, you can get through a friend, I just want you to know that it still could be worth it potentially. I am actually so glad I got this. The little Basma blush in here is it's so good, and I just don't think I'll ever need the full size as a cream red blush. I need so little of this. And for how I do makeup, I actually like the full sizes in here. So no, this has ended up being something where I've gone, I'm honestly so glad I got this, even with the price increases. So I just want to let you know, trust yourself to some extent. If you see a set like this is the most unpopular of all of the Sephora favorite sets that have come out recently, but I looked at this and went, but that's my style. Yeah, I'm honestly so happy I got this. Just know one thing, the Sephora favorites, if you have these in your cart, you will not be able to add a gift with purchase. It has to be specifically Sephora collection, and this is Sephora, not Sephora collection. But if you're looking for gifts, I do want to steer you towards the Sephora collection because the sets this year are unbelievably cute. They are so adorable. Can you believe I bought this right before the sale? I could have gotten 30% off, but I thought that I was going to have a video to upload on Monday instead of scraping by on Thursday. So let me real quickly tell you what these two sets are. I bought the Blush and Glow sets. This is kind of a newer release from Sephora. I've seen mixed reviews on these too, but I actually really like, in particular, this shade 01 On Point. You have to shake these up, and then once you shake the heck out of them, the product will be on the applicator here, and you can use this on your cheeks or on your lips. My suspicion is that the higher pigment versions might not be as easy to use if you have very fair skin like I do, because even the deepest color in this one, I did notice it went patchy. Now with this trio, you get a completely free one and the bag. These are 16 each. 3 of them for $31. Honestly, I would recommend the set over buying these individual just because of how much more value there is. The other set that I have is the lip oils. Now, I'm wearing one of these in this video, the Glimmer version. And while I do like these, I don't like them for nourishment. I like them for shine because they're accurate in saying it's an oil. It doesn't last long. You're going to be reapplying this a lot, especially if you're talking or, I mean, if you eat. Just say goodbye to it. But otherwise, these are really pretty. And again, you are getting a good value on the sets, and I think these are cute gifts. I feel like packaging isn't that important to me when I'm shopping for me, but the second I start shopping for other people, that's when I want to elevate the entire gifting experience. Let's talk about the Sephora collection, which will be 30% off for everyone starting on Halloween. I feel like it has simply been years of me raving about the Pro line of brushes. That hasn't changed. And there is one bit of an update. I want to let you know that Ulta Beauty is coming for the Sephora brush line. This is the Ulta Contoured Foundation. I'll link you my Ulta haul. I could not believe how similar these are. The only difference being that Ulta has much shorter handles. So you might be able to find better deals on the Ulta brushes, especially as we get into Black Friday deals. I wouldn't be surprised at all, you know? But yes, the 47 as well as the 71 concealer, these have been some of my favorite cat paw shaped brushes for ages. I also really love the Sephora contour brush. I have the highlighting brush as well, but it's so small that I just don't use it that often, whereas this works for everything. The 99 is my favorite blush brush, but I actually do have another blush brush recommendation for you. And the 50 powder is great for powder, it's great for bronzer. Oh, and the new 40 is actually amazing if you like to use your foundation brushes more as a beauty blender. But for that matter, I also have the Tap That Puff to recommend to you. I use this to reapply sunscreen, but you can also use this as a beauty blender substitute, and I really appreciate that because I don't know if you all have noticed, beauty blenders, not so much the name brand, but the dupes, they've just gone down so much over the years. Look at this one from Real Techniques. I just started using this. And I'm so glad that last year when I had bought the more inexpensive line of Sephora brushes, I told you all I didn't want to commit to saying these were great, even though I like them because of the texture of the brushes here. I knew it. It took about, I feel like 6 months to a year, but now if you go into the reviews, you will see some very beat up looking brushes. It's just this material, if you've ever owned a NARS product or perhaps the old Becca products, the coating on these it just gets so grimy and disgusting. And I recognized it on these Sephora brushes, so I went, oh, I better not recommend these for long-term use. That said, mine still look good because this is what I use for travel brushes. Again, here's more proof that I practice what I preach. I bought the mini size when I was out and about once and didn't have my brushes. But a brush that actually is really good from the new collection is the two-sided powder cheek brush. I think this is probably supposed to be a dupe of something from maybe Mario or Patrick Ta. It's got your side labeled cream, it's got your side labeled powder, and it works really well for creams and powders, as you might guess. They were pairing these with the blush palettes that I absolutely love. I'll get to these later, but I do want to recommend to you the Duo, where you can get the brush and I guess it's a new limited edition palette. All right, this will be a good way to transition into talking about these. These blush palettes, there's 4 options aside from the limited edition in the set. You get a cream with a nice lid and you get 2 powder blushes. Now, of course, they're gonna tell you use all 3 together, but you don't have to. And if you don't do that, you actually get way more versatility. You have cream blushes you can use, you've got powder blushes, you can combine them. Today, I'm actually just wearing the cream blush from the warm toned palette. We did warm tones today. Another of my absolute top recommendations from the Sephora brand is the Blur It powder. Now, this pink powder has been trending for a while. It helps with brightening, but I feel like a lot of brands, you buy their powder and not only is it not necessarily all that blurring, but you have to buy the little puff separately. It comes with this. And again, it'd be one thing if it was just decent powder, but it is really, really good blurring powder. The Reveal the Real Skin Tint is also absolutely incredible if you are into very light coverage. They did send me this one. 130 in Fair is my shade. Absolutely think that it compares with some of the more expensive. A product that I had bought kind of on a whim after, do you remember in the 21 Days of Beauty when we couldn't get the blurring lipsticks from Nabla? I feel like I wanted a blurring lipstick ever since, even though I have a bunch from K-Beauty. K-Beauty brands have liquid blurring lip products, tons of options. But I wanted one that was in lipstick form, and I bought this one, 01. This is so beautiful. It actually is blurring. The color is stunning. I don't wear non-tubing mascara that much anymore, but I really have to say, Sephora's mascaras are actually really good. They're actually better than a lot of the high-end options. I don't know about you all, but I feel like it shouldn't be as hard to find a good mascara as it is. Some of the new releases come out, and then they just betray you. They run, they clump. It just feels like, what's going on? It's 2025 and we don't have decent mascara coming out. I bought a mini of the Love the Lift. That's the one I'm wearing today. And I gotta say, you know, it's not running. It's not smudging. It did give me lift. It didn't clump. I'm happy with it. Alas, I still prefer tubing mascara, but I will say these are great options and there is a trio available of 3 full sizes if you're interested. I am so excited to talk about my absolute favorite underrated product. It's probably a very millennial thing of me to say, but these Mega Mix palettes, I love these so much. The one I'm wearing today is the one that they sent me that started me down this road. It is the one that I wear the most, the warm tones. Oh, Fiery Warm Nude is the name of this palette. But every one of these has a cream to powder in it. And my unexpected absolute favorite from these is the green palette here, the Wild Khaki Nude. Oh my gosh, if you're ever doing a smoky eye, this black cream to powder is so good. I used that for my Halloween makeup to go to a Halloween party in which I was a pirate. There's a whole lore behind this because it turns out this is the year where I looked into my heritage. Terrifying thing to do. But I looked into my heritage, and y'all, I can't make this up. I found out that we go back to pirates. And I kind of wish I had just stopped there. You know what I mean? I could have just stopped there in the same way that kids are thinking pirates are cool, but you get older and you go, maybe pirates actually aren't that great. But it gets so much better because I found out that my ancestors were Calvinist pirates. I know it was your destiny to be Calvinist pirates, but anyway, sorry, I'm sorry. I got way off track, and this is already a long video, right? The Rebellious Rosie, really rebellious, really Sephora? This is a rebellious color scheme to you. Let me tell you about Calvinist pirates. I do feel like this color scheme actually gets me the most compliments, probably because warm tones are ubiquitous, whereas cool tones, you just don't see them that much. It's got an almost interesting component to it. And then, of course, the Fearless Cool Nude, which is your true cool palette. This is gorgeous as well. But yeah, all of them have that cream to powder shade. Only the green one has 2 cream to powders. You can take these out and rearrange them, even though I never have. You can pull the mirror out, so it's actually a fully recyclable palette, which is wonderful. So happy to see that. No magnets to close it. You have this instead, which also makes it so you can fully recycle this. One more thing to recommend, the Totally Juicy Lip Tint. I bought the deepest shade of this. I understand that the lighter shades seem to have more mixed reviews, but this one actually is a true tint. I love how long it lasts on my lips. Don't buy this though. I would say buy the Duo. It's only a few dollars more and you get a lip liner with it. Now I understand those have been reformulated, so I'm not going to give my opinion on the old lip liners that I have, but I think that Duo is probably the way to go. A few things I don't necessarily recommend. I've already talked about the new reformulation of the Best Skin Tint. This is the old one. If you have dry skin like I do not think you will like the reformulation. It does not feel dry skin friendly at all. If you have oily skin, maybe, but watch it if you have oily and mature skin, because that one just seemed to find lines and texture on my skin that I didn't know I had. Here's one that I feel more neutral towards, the color Twister. I thought I was going to use this all the time, and it is true that it's okay if it's no makeup day for you, but I don't like this over foundation. It just doesn't glide very well. It takes your foundation off. And it is one of those pH color changing kind of gimmick things. Don't get me wrong, it's fun at first, and then you just kind of go, well, I guess that's what that does. I just have a few more things to end this video on. I'm going to be restocking my coffee concealer. It's my holy grail. I feel like this is so flattering. Even though I have some fine lines under my eyes, it's that perfect in-between of not being too high coverage that it's difficult to work with, but not so low coverage that you keep building until you hit the point where you see it creasing. It's just wonderful. I wear shade Fudge Knock. Another huge hit to me has been the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. This is such a gorgeous foundation, and I can't believe I'm sitting here telling you this as a person with dry skin because they didn't say that this is for my skin type. But it's so natural looking on that it really flatters mature skin. It has almost this blurring effect. It's simply stunning. Speaking of my love for eyeshadow, I plan to pick up the new Danessa Myricks eyeshadow palette. Oh my gosh, I fell in love with the little size that I had bought over the summer. I want the full one. And I gotta end the video on my current favorite fragrance. We've talked about this in past videos, but I gotta bring it back out. The Ellis Brooklyn Queen's Caramel, which I almost bought in store, and then it showed up on my doorstep. So apparently, this is a dupe for something. Let me try to find out what it is. It's so funny to me. When people say a perfume that is already over $100 is a dupe to something else, I just feel flabbergasted. How much are you spending on perfumes? Because for me, I was thinking we'd be looking for dupes of the $100 fragrance, but what do I know? Okay, my friends, I hope this video isn't too long. I hope it is helpful. I hope that you can spend your money wisely in the Sephora VIB sale. Again, everything I've talked about will be linked below if you would like to help support the channel. Please let me know what you do plan to buy in this sale, if you'll be shopping at all. And my friends, that's it for today's video, and unfortunately for this week, but I am hoping to be back on Monday. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a most wonderful weekend. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all next time.